So Project B just made an absolutely massive signing right now. They, in fact, have signed Juste Jacite, who is one of the best young players in the world. Jacite is a player who is genuinely one of the highest upside guards that you are going to find, because the fact is that she's a 6'1" guard who is killing it right now. She is absolutely killing it. She is one of the top players in EuroLeague. And oh yeah, she's has she turned 20? She turned 20 2 weeks ago. So she was a teenager. And her stats in EuroLeague for Girona, who are one of the favorites to win the whole thing, are impressive. Like, she is averaging currently 14.2 points, 4.3 assists, and 3 boards. And she's been probably the best player on a team that is one of the favorites to win the whole thing. It went undefeated in a group with Prague, who are supposed to be really good. And outside of, it's realistically them and Fener are probably the two of the favorites. And if you're looking who is the MVP of EuroLeague first round, Kayla Alexander won the vote. But like, she was on the list, regardless of whatever the fan vote is. Like, she's one of the top 10 players at 9 as a teenager. And she's gone to Project B next year. So she is somebody that, like, look, if we're going to be honest, a lot of people thought Project B was just going to be a lot of players that kind of were retirement home, not that many young players. But right now we have seen one of the best young players in the world decide to sign on to Project B. We've seen one of the best young players you're going to find at all sign on to this league. And let's take a listen to what she has said about it. Because obviously she's somebody who played Euro Cup last year with Malanga. And she just said, I'm happy I'll be joining Project B. I'm thrilled to be part of this organization. I'm just putting women's basketball on a global level. A lot of money too. But if we're being honest here, you've got a lot of big players. Like, whatever about Sophie Cunningham, Kelsey Mitchell, like, you've signed Janelle Salon, you've signed Camila Cardoso, you've signed Lee Meng, you've signed, it looks like you're going to sign Mai Yamamoto. It looks like they're getting a mixture of young, old, everything. It looks like that's the case. And I wonder who the first, like, true money-making superstar is going to be that joins Project B over Unrivaled. Because right now, if you're looking at you can't really use the Twitter following. I'll check their Instagram, actually. I need to check their Instagram just to make sure, because we remember last time it was people just stalking the Instagram that found out most of the players that they had signed. But look, at the end of the day, it is one of those things where Project B is going to be, look, it's going to be here, and it's going to be here for the longest time. Like, it's not going anywhere. Well, for a short time. It's not really going anywhere. But if you look at their following on Twitter, they have recently just followed, obviously they followed Lee Meng. I'm trying to think, is there anyone else that they have followed that you'd be thinking maybe could be a player? I'm guessing they might have accidentally followed somebody. I don't know who Jin Lee Cohen is. She's got 16,000 followers, so maybe. But like, Phoebish is a player that looks like they've got signed. It looks like they've followed a few Asian influencers, but overall, like, this league looks like they're here to take over, not necessarily here to take part, which for women's basketball players is a good thing. It's objectively a good thing having a big league like this. It is no question about it, a good thing. Having the ability to make more and more and more money, which is, again, impressive in its own right. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, realistically, what ends up happening with this league, because Jacite is a really, really good young player. And again, look, she's somebody that is going to be in, people don't realize it, but like, she's going to be in the rookie of the year conversations, because the likelihood is that she's coming in to start for the Valkyries next year. Like, she will probably start at the 1 or the 2 for the Valkyries. And the fact is, Veronica Burton, as much as she is a true point guard, like, her Jacite as your starting backcourt is going to be elite, which gives them so much money and flexibility and free agency. They can kind of do what they want. But I would say it that Jacite is, no question about it, a player that is absolutely going to be key for Project, well, not even key for Project B, key in the WNBA, and Project B now getting their hands on one of these young stars, whereas a lot of them have been going to Unrivaled because, we have equity in Unrivaled. Everything is, the future is Unrivaled. But when you get Jacite, Cardoso, and so many other players, like Jacite, Cardoso, Salon, Lee Meng, like you have got a lot of these young players. It's not just a retirement home. And with that being said, like the league has considering what it is, and if Unrivaled wasn't a thing, I think they'd have everybody. I genuinely think they would have absolutely everybody, as far as like big names. If we're being completely honest, a lot of big names. I think a lot more big names are going to be there. I would be shocked if we don't see Aaliyah Boston in Project B, just because of her relationship with Candace Parker. I would actually be shocked if we don't see Aaliyah in Project B. But yeah, it's a real interesting one. Jacite being signed by Project B just means the Project B mean business. Do I think she's going to be making in the millions? No. Do I think she's going to be making in the hundreds and thousands of thousands? Yeah, I do. Like I can see her making 300-400K from this, because she is definitely one of the bigger names, not one of these stars, but she might be like the fifth biggest name on a team. And I think the average salary is probably going to be about, if you take away the outliers of I think Sophie, Nneka, AT, and Kelsey Mitchell have all made probably around 2 million. I don't think anyone else in this league is at that type of money. But I think Jacite is probably on similar enough money to what Lee Meng is making, probably similar enough money to what Cardoso is making, maybe a little bit less than Cardoso. But it is going to be interesting to see. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Project B, I think, is going to be, at least it's 5v5. It's something, at least it's 5v5. Some of you are making up athletes now. She was literally the fifth pick in the draft. She was literally the fifth pick. She was taken right after Kiki Iriafen. Project B marches on. Like, I think the Project B announcements, I have a feeling they're going to get one of the big four, which is Asia, Sabrina, Angel, Sabrina, Caitlin, and Asia. One of the big four. One of the big four kind of off-season free agents. I think they're going to get at least one of them. I don't think they're going to get all four, but I think they will get at least one of them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.